The morning sun spilled through the tall glass windows of a marble mansion. The air inside was still and too clean, too perfect. The faint hum of a fountain echoed across the grand hall, and the scent of polished wood mixed with the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. In the middle of it all, on a velvet couch, sat Mr. Aaron Blake, a billionaire known more for his power than his heart. His life was built on suspicion and control. In his world, trust was weakness. His staff moved like shadows, careful not to make mistakes. But one face stood out. Mira, a quiet maid in her early 20s. She walked softly, always with a slight bow, always speaking gently. Her uniform was neatly pressed but faded, and her hands were rough from hard work. Aaron had noticed her. She never complained, never asked for anything. But the house manager had whispered to him one morning, "Sir, you're too soft. These maids, they only act honest when you're watching." That thought stayed with him. And that night, he decided to test it. The mansion was silent. Only the ticking of the wall clock filled the air. Aaron lay on the couch in his private study, pretending to be asleep. His breathing slow. His eyes closed, but his mind alert. He had placed a thick envelope full of cash on the side table. Bait. Just a few inches away from where Mira would dust in the morning. The soft creak of the door came. Mira entered quietly, carrying her small cleaning tray. Her steps were light, almost cautious. She looked around, the billionaire asleep, the room quiet. She began dusting carefully, her movements slow and respectful. She paused for a moment near the table. Her eyes flickered toward the envelope. Aaron's heart raced. This is it, he thought. Let's see her real face. Mira reached for the table, and then stopped. Instead of touching the money, she picked up a small framed photo beside it, a picture of Aaron with his late wife. The glass was dusty. She wiped it gently with her cloth and placed it back with care. Then she looked toward Aaron, still lying still, pretending to sleep. And she whispered softly, almost to herself, "Sir, you work too hard. I wish you'd rest properly." She'd want that. Her voice trembled with genuine concern. Aaron felt something stir inside him, something he hadn't felt in years. If you believe honesty still exists in this world, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Kindness Valley, where true stories remind us to stay kind. A few moments later, Mira noticed the corner of Aaron's blanket had slipped. She hesitated, then walked over and quietly pulled it up to his shoulders. Her hands were gentle, almost motherly. Then something unexpected happened. She knelt beside the table, opened her small cloth bag, and took out a folded letter and a few crumpled notes. She placed them beside the envelope and whispered, "Sir, this is for the electricity bill. You overpaid me last month. I kept it safe. Please don't think bad of me." Aaron's chest tightened. He wanted to open his eyes, to speak, but he couldn't. His throat felt heavy. When Mira finished cleaning, she bowed toward him softly and walked out of the room. Only when the door closed did Aaron finally open his eyes. The envelope was untouched. Beside it, her wrinkled note and a few bills lay neatly. Her truth, her loyalty, her quiet dignity. He sat up slowly. For the first time in a long time, his eyes filled with tears. The next morning, Mira walked into the study again, just like always. But something was different. On the table where she had left the note, there was now a small golden card and a letter. She opened it with trembling fingers. "To the most honest person I've ever met. From today, this house isn't just your workplace, it's your home. Thank you for reminding me what trust feels like." Mira covered her mouth, tears streaming down her face. That day, the mansion didn't feel cold anymore. It felt alive. Aaron wasn't the same man again. The walls that wealth had built around his heart began to crack. Sometimes, the richest people are poor in trust, and the quiet ones who clean their floors are the ones who restore their faith in humanity. Mira didn't need to speak loudly. Her actions shouted the truth. Loyalty doesn't need witnesses. So the next time you doubt someone's goodness, remember this. Not everyone is pretending. Some hearts are still pure, even in silence. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Valley. Let's fill this world with stories that heal instead of hurt.